Good morning, traders. This is Austin. It is Friday, March 10th. It is non-farm payroll Friday. Whatever the results were, jobs created, blah, blah, the stock markets yawned. They did nothing in the pre-market. And then post-market is just business as usual. And today's conversation is sometimes more. Right? I talk about how I'm targeting just, $100, $200 a contract in the S&P, mostly $100 a contract. And that's just 2 index points. To back it up, a long time ago, there was a big company that went around and put on a heavy sales pitch, and their whole motto was 1 or 2 points a day in the S&P and you're rich. Unfortunately, their approach to trading sucked. They were an international company, and they had a revolving door of head traders, and it was mostly stochastics, MACD, divergence kind of thing that just, didn't stand the test of time. But the idea of 1 or 2 index points a day does stand the test of time. If you can make 50 or $100 gross, if you can make 50 or $100 net more days than not in whatever symbol you're trading, and the days that you don't blow up, you just give it time and you'll be rich. All of your financial goals will be met. Okay, the steady drip fills a pot metaphor. Anyway, in today's case, so nothing happened pre-market, and then all they did was open range chop around in the early pit session. They surged below the open range with no possible trades, and they came back inside, and then they consolidated, and then they broke back down below, and they traded to the CM roadmap, 233%, almost to the tick, within a tick or two. And since then, they're reflexing up from there. How unusual. Not. I've seen this, thousands of times in the several years that we've used this study? Thousands and thousands of times if you count every financial symbol that's out there, because it works for all of them. Doesn't matter. Commodities, currencies, stock indexes, single stocks, whatever you throw at it. If there's a pit session of trading, it works. And so working the mode today, and like I've said so many times, this study here is nothing that I enter trades from. It's just a guideline of which way to trade. And simply extrapolating that to the filter charts, there's one chart not shown here that I use for a trend filter, and then there's a trigger chart with all of the tools deleted. There are several, and the net results were -1 point on 2 contracts, and then +1 point on 2 contracts. So this was a short. This was a short that stopped, and this was another short from 72.50 to 71 that gained 1 point. And then here was an entry, and then a dual. Then there was a second entry, okay, which I wasn't so concerned about this as I was managing that. This was just a bonus. And so then the blended management went to here, which was good for 2.5 points, which is my first objective, and then a half a point bonus on the ad, and that's cool. Now that took the sum total to 3 index points, because this is minus and then 0 and then +3. And so I was willing to risk 1 more point, and if this next trade here had stopped out for -1, then I was finished for the day. But it didn't. It went to the good for a point plus, and then I took another entry, and that went for a point plus, and there's been nothing since then. And it's, what time is it? 11:30 Eastern. So that was the day. 5.25 points before cost, and there were several. I took several turns, but that's how it goes. It was a orderly descent in somewhat staccato fashion, but it did what it did. It just so happened that all of my trailed stops got nailed on the pullbacks. Once they started doing this here, which is not unusual. That's pretty much the markets circa 2016, 2017. And so that's a day in a nutshell for me. Like I said yesterday, just carrying on the theme of you trading like a pro. For you to trade like a pro is to look for small chunks on increasingly larger contract size. And if all you ever wanted to do is trade just 2 contracts and that's it, and you were trading the S&P, well, yesterday in the mode that I'm in would have been good for 200 plus, and in the mode I'm in today would have been good for 500 plus. That's just 2 contracts. day trading margin, you need $1,000 in your account to do that. Realistically, you need a lot more money in your account than $1,000 or even $2,000. I mean, that's not going to work. But you can start out with a few $1,000s if you have the right skills and approach, okay, and all your proverbial ducks in a row, and you can start with one contract, and then you can increase from there and give it time. I don't know how much time. Could be months, could be years, but time. And it's as simple as that. That's how the pros trade. That's how I'm trading. That's how you can trade. That's what we're doing in the new mode of individual mentorship. You know, I no longer run a live room operation or whatever you want to say there, you know, daily room and so on. From a little bit past onwards, I'm just trading individuals and showing them exactly how to do this, how to, you know, manage your own business and cash extraction process. If you're interested, look forward to trading with you inside. Have a great weekend.